Nothing, absolutely nothing grows inside your comfort zone. Robert G. Allen once said, everything that you want is outside your comfort zone. It is yet another fantastic Tuesday, and yours truly is here to push you out of your comfort zone in 5 fabulous steps. So before I go any further, before I give you any tips, can I ask you a question? When was the last time you did anything outside your comfort zone? Like recently, I went for a job interview. That was outside my comfort zone. Or some people are actually eternally single because going on a date is outside their comfort zone. If you cannot remember the last time you got uncomfortable, this Tuesday is for you. Getting right into it. Number 1, you have to seek out situations and circumstances that make you uncomfortable, because the goal is to be comfortable in uncomfortable zones. Like right now, sitting in this couch is making me really uncomfortable because I feel I am drowning. So let me shock you. Public speaking is actually not my thing. I get very uncomfortable when I have to speak in front of thousands of people or hundreds of people. I mean, not even in your living room right now, because I'm doing this from my living room, but I get really uncomfortable speaking to thousands and thousands of people. But every time I'm asked to speak, which I'm asked to speak often, I've spoken in Ghana, I've spoken in South Africa, I've spoken in Dubai. By the way, we are shooting from Dubai. I always accept the speaking arrangements because they make me more comfortable with being uncomfortable, if that makes any sense. Okay. Number two, change your mindset about being uncomfortable. Being uncomfortable is usually viewed as a bad thing, but I want you to look at it as a currency, right? The price you have to pay for greatness. Dr. Wayne Dyer, I mean, you know who I'm talking about, once said, when we change the way we look at things, the things will look at change. When we change the way we look at things, the things we are looking at change. Got it? Number three, give up the control. Sometimes the reason why we stay in our comfort zone is we don't want to expose ourselves. We don't want to be vulnerable. We are afraid to fail in our uncomfort zone. But then the thing is, the only way to make sure, and let me repeat this, the only way you can ever make sure you do not succeed is be afraid to fail. Because failure, guys, whether it happens in your comfort zone or in your uncomfortable zone, is part of success. So give up the control freak in you. By the way, I'm talking to myself too. So number 4, according to me, not according to my director, take it one step at a time. I remember when I was 18, I had to move to England. Well, I didn't have to move to England, but I decided, something in me just told me that it was time to go. So as I was getting ready to go to England, you know, my parents took me to my friends' houses to say goodbye. My parents are like awesome guys. You know, I'm gonna have to bring them on once. I think when they come to my graduation in August, you guys are invited. I'm gonna do an episode with them. They're really awesome. So they took me to my friend's house to say goodbye, and some of my friends came to spend the night at my house. And then the next day, 2 or 3 cars took us to the airport, uncles, aunts, brothers and sisters. It was a big thing that, you know, one of us was leaving the country, because nobody in my immediate family had ever left the country except my mother, of course, who is South African. She went to South Africa. And it was my first time as well on a plane. I was 18. Never been on holiday. Actually, there's a place called Victoria Falls in Zimbabwe. I've never been there. There's a place called Kariba in Zimbabwe. I've actually never been there, not by choice, but by currency, I guess, foreign currency and local currency. But anyway, so everybody takes me to the airport. I'm really tired. I'm scared, and my mom is really strong. She doesn't show me that she's nervous. So she's just there holding my hand, squeezing it sometimes, hugging me, giving me tissue to dry my tears. One guy in this whole entire world who cannot stand to see my tears is my dad. So my dad sees me crying, and then he looks at me. He goes into a little corner. I can't even talk about this and not get teary. He goes into a little corner and he goes, "She doesn't have to go." He goes, "Do you have to go?" And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. I've never experienced England. I've never experienced anyone who had come from England. This was 1999, y'all. And I didn't have to apply for a visa because Zimbabwe then was a member of a Commonwealth before our president then said, "We don't need y'all." So going to England for me was getting out of my comfort zone. And I believe if I hadn't gotten out of my comfort zone, so many things would have actually happened. I wouldn't be here living the life of my dreams. I wouldn't have met the lovely people that I've met. I would not have done a show like Big Brother. Guess what? And some of my siblings would not have gone to school, because when I was in England, I would have extra jobs to send my siblings to school. And as soon as I got to England, the contingency plan was my sister Ronnie comes straight after me. So I had to hook her up with a ticket, hook her up with interviews for her nursing studies. So sometimes your comfort zone is tied to somebody else's destiny. So when you refuse to get out of your comfort zone, it's not just a selfish thing for yourself, it's a selfish thing for everybody else. Because if I hadn't left Zimbabwe, I really don't know where my family would be right now, because we've all sent each other to school. I've sent the next person to school, the next person has sent the next person to school, and so forth. So if I hadn't gotten out of my comfort zone, I just don't know where would be today. So just take it one step at a time. Close your eyes and do it for the team if you're not going to do it for yourself. Before I give you the fifth and final fabulous steps to get out of your comfort zone, like this video, subscribe to this channel, and share it with your friends so that all of you don't miss everything greatness on Tuesdays with Makosi, straight out of Dubai. When it came time to come to Dubai, I woke up one day and I'm thinking, okay, so cancer has happened. We've beat cancer like a mouse. Now what? So I just thought, okay, I need to study. I just need to grow, because I am big on personal growth. So I decided I'll come and do a media course in Dubai. So I woke up one day and I just went on Google. I found a media course. By the end of the day, I'd made a call and I'd spoken to a guy called Zion. He told me what I needed to do. And within a fortnight, I'd been enrolled into an IMC media course in Dubai. And that's how I'm doing this today. Sometimes it's procrastination that stops us, because you think I should do something. And then you think, oh, I'll do it later. And then sometimes later never arrives. So do not procrastinate, guys. That's number 5. You feel like doing it, it comes to you, and your feeling brain and your thinking brain are in alignment. Just jump for it. Until next Tuesday, after subscribing and after sharing this, take care of yourself and take care